Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Loverfella, and today I'm going to give you the top 8 things you can do late game in Stardew Valley. The first thing we can do is to beautify our farm, and what I mean by that is when we first start out, a lot of us make really ugly farms. This is my current farm, and things are just kind of thrown out wherever I think they look, well, wherever they fit, honestly. I mean, this is conveniently close to that well, and this is close to the water, and I made a barn here because there was room. Once you're late game, start reorganizing, destroy things and rebuild your buildings and make it look good. Instead of having things sprawled out throughout the farm, make an actual design and then stick to it. Or try to copy a real design, like a real farm. You could see how close you could get. Our second tip is to rebuild your farm with a specific purpose. So instead of planting things like eggplants, corn, cauliflower, broccoli, whatever else, plant a single crop. Make it a giant eggplant farm. Or you can make it a giant cow farm, in the sense that you're only focusing on one thing, and see how successful you can be with only that one thing. Our third tip will involve detailing your house. It's very easy to forget that you can decorate your house, and there's a lot of options to do so in this game. Once your house becomes expanded, mine's currently in the process, and you grow more, you can start organizing things. Move your cups around, move your chair around, put the chair next to your bed, that way you can read your friends' bedtime stories or they can read to you. Put your geode next to your bed, that way you can look at it in the morning, and then put your TV next to your bed also. That way you can kind of watch TV at an awkward angle when you're in bed. So our next one is to see how deep you can get in Skull Cave. You can make restrictions to yourself, like no weapons, no food, no armor, and then you can see how deep you can get with these restrictions. It's something that will only last a few tries, but maybe if you have friends in the game, you could have competitions to see who's the best cave explorer. The next tip would be to make a new game where you have custom limitations. For example, a time limit where you have to have a certain amount of gold by a specific day, or you have to have a certain amount of a crop by a specific day. You can kind of roleplay a little and get really into character. So say you really want to be a corn farmer. So you say by the end of your first fall, you need to have 500 corn that you can sell, or else something bad will happen, and if you reach that goal, something good happens. You have to kind of create your own fun in these situations a lot of time, because once you reach endgame, there truly really isn't a lot left to do. The game has a goal, and once you reach that goal, you're done playing. So if you enjoy the game still, or if you want to keep enjoying the game, you have to start creating your own kind of fun. Treat it kind of like a sandbox, look at the game in a different light, and role-playing or looking at things differently is a great way to deal with that. Our next tip is to grow more than just the most profitable crops. The game can get boring and stale because you're always growing the same thing. I believe currently blueberries might be the best thing to grow, and when you have a farm of just blueberries, you're going to max out very soon, you're going to have all your gold, and you're going to be able to buy anything you need. That's going to beat the game too soon and you're going to be bored. So make it like a real farm. So plant multiple crops. Don't just plant blueberries. Don't just plant the most profitable crops. Plant all kinds of things. In fact, it might be fun to try to see how many different types of plants you can create. And tend to your garden. Don't use sprinklers for everything. You can actually water a couple spots and try to make it feel real. Maybe you could do a playthrough where no sprinklers are allowed. I mean, it might get kind of tedious after a while, but it would definitely extend the playtime of the game. Our next tip is to collect everything. Collect all the fish you can find. Collect all the minerals you can find. Collect everything. Have one of every single crop, one of every single mineral, every single fish, every single meal you can cook, and see if you can get it all. And I feel like until you do, you really haven't beat the game yet. So those of you watching who have 10 quadrillion, billion, jillion gold, do you have everything collected? Because if not, maybe that should be your next mission. And finally, I'll read this one from a cave to be extra creepy. Max your relationship with everybody. Make everyone in the town absolutely love you, and see if you can do it to all of them, including Sebastian, the emo person. Bring him in this cave, spook him a little bit, and then kill him. Tip number 9. Try to marry every single person that you can. Divorce them, and then have babies with them. Then you will populate the city with your own children. Then use your children as slaves to do all of the work for you. And once you have your slaves doing all the work, you can sit back in your chair and enjoy all the profit. Our next tip is to use all the money that you've earned in order to start your own business. Joja Cola was started by slaves, and so too will your business. Start your own company, plop it down in this haunted house up here, and have your slaves work and make you more money. You'll have more money than you ever thought you needed. You can buy sports cars, you can buy houses, you can buy Pierre's shop, and the hospital. In fact, you can buy everyone in this city. And those are some of the best things you can do endgame. Once you reach the end, there's nothing for you to do in terms of goals in the game. You've already hit most of the goals. So unless you set your own, there's not going to be anything here for you. If you liked my video, make sure to leave a like. If you disliked my video, still leave a like because it makes me smile. And if you really disliked my video, go ahead and subscribe to me so you can continue to dislike all my future videos.